that like to crash planes and stuff, that America's going over there. That's just.
And you know, look, and y'all can say about the black. We got Black History Month, so fuck y'all.
He was just trying to get a cam girl to teach people trades. So he thought, let's harness this power for good.
So I'm sure what all of our viewers are wondering is, are these on Pornhub?
I do not know.
I will check.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Unfiltered Podcast, Episode 3.
Peoples.
What up, what up, what up?
What's going on? What's up, guys?
All right, so we got a special episode today. We actually have our friend Jake, or you can just call him Coach. He's going to be our first guest on the show.
Coach is in the building.
Yeah.
Jake ain't the real coach.
He's real enough, man. Come on.
Fair.
All right, so we're going to start things off today with a new segment called FYI. So we'll take it away.
So, guys, I don't know how informed you guys are about this, but y'all ever heard of sub-minimum wage?
Nah.
So the idea, I mean, we've all heard of minimum wage.
Yeah,
sure.
Yes.
It's already hard.
Now, hold on. So I worked for $2.13 an hour as a waiter. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, so now what if I told you made significantly more than the people that make sub-minimum wage?
Are we talking like indentured servitude at this point?
That's what I think.
I'd venture to say slavery was more cost effective because you got fed and got water out of the deal.
Wow.
All right.
So
sub-minimum wage.
Sub-minimum wage was something that was introduced back in FDR time.
Okay.
So we had this thing, when FDR became president, he introduced the Fair Labor Standards Act, which introduced minimum wage and all the stuff, child labor and the maximum time worked.
Yeah.
So in Section 14C, there's a thing called sub-minimum wage, which pays people a wage below the standard of minimum wage based off of their ability to perform the task. So let's say, I'm saying all the nice terms, they pay disabled people a lot less.
Yeah. So there was no equal opportunity at that point.
So that's why the greeters at Walmart are always disabled.
Well, they can pay them as low as a penny an hour.
Wow.
Well, I don't expect you to pay
You gotta work
working person.
You gotta work like
pay.
2 weeks with 10 hours overtime to make $1.
And
then they're gonna take income tax on it.
They might just look at the form. Nah, man, it's good.
Nah, we ain't gonna do that.
He really needs this.
I just wouldn't even report my income at that point. I don't have any.
What income?
Yeah, I don't have any.
Well, the crazy thing about it,
I'm gonna save up. I'm gonna save up for 2 years and buy a gun so I can double my earning potential.
I venture to say you may quintuple it. But the thing is, it's called commensurate wage. Okay. So a commensurate wage, it basically has no bottom limit. It's when you take, I heard this from Philip DeFranco. I'll be honest with you. Like, he brought this up. He has this in daily. Those who don't watch Philip D, please watch Philly D. He shouts out. Great. But
he gets some stuff wrong, but I like him overall.
Yeah. He brought it to my attention. I had to do some little looking into it as well. But as far as I could tell, it's pretty solid. But the greatest analogy that I guess I'm gonna steal off of him was that let's take people that put labels on water bottles. Let's say it takes you pay an able-bodied person $7.25 to put a label on a water bottle. And that person can put 100 labels on a water bottle, right?
Okay.
So you take the disabled individual.
100 labels on a water bottle seems a little bit excessive.
I would agree with you, but I'm not the guy that if he wants to run his company into the ground, that's his prerogative. But so let's say the other individual, the handy-capable individual, can only put 25.
That doesn't
labels.
Sound too capable.
Or
handy.
So what you would do is you take the 725 and you divide it by 4, and then you pay them because they're a quarter of the workforce of an actual individual, and that's what you would then pay them.
Okay.
So they would essentially get $1 and some change.
Right. 25 labels on a water bottle.
Yeah, just taking up space.
Okay.
And the crazy... Well, you know the crazy thing is a lot of people are actually, just for everyone just know, there are a lot of people are having issues with it, and they're saying that it's not fair that handicapped people are being exploited, I guess. And the best argument I've heard so far was that they could just not hire them.
Yeah.
Fair.
At least they all get paid.
I could hire this person.
You guys' argument is like, you'll get what we give you. That's
it's not fair.
The laws were put into place so it wouldn't be that way.
No. This is a law. They are allowed to do this. They were put in place so they could do this. I guess that's the best way to put it.
Paying them for their ability.
Yeah. Or lack
thereof.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand.
I'm glad my job doesn't do that because I really don't like to work hard.
And I'm all down. I understand people being upset and wanting to hey man, we need better pay, because we're people too. And I'm like,
halfway.
You might not end up getting employed then, though. That's kind of the problem. All right, we had an audio issue, but I think we're back now. So you were talking about. We were talking about. So if you can't produce that much, like if you're not as efficient as a worker, I understand you need to get paid more because whatnot, but who's gonna hire you if you're a less efficient worker? No one's gonna hire you just because you're handicapped. It doesn't make sense for their business model. They're gonna end up going out of business if they keep hiring people that.
Not only that, I thought about those companies. There's a coffee company now I just thought about that was on Shark Tank. I think it was Shark Tank that employs only disabled people.
There's a car wash that does that too.
Are you talking about the car wash that Joe?
That one too.
Yeah, just
so now you think about it.
I can understand them doing that at a car wash, but a coffee, people have to drink that.
Well, the thing is, no,
just drooling in my coffee.
You gotta think of it out of the business perspective. At first you're like, these guys are doing nice things. Nah, they're just trying to save money by paying these people less than actual wages.
It's like slavery with extra steps.
I know.
It's the perfect plan.
We open up the restaurant, right? And we buy the food, of course, with EBT, but we hire the disabled.
And because you gotta think about it. For every let's say they do the quarter work of an actual. Every 4 disabled people is 1 worker.
That is awful.
And as they gain experience, they work harder and they actually work as good as the regular people.
They become specialists.
Yeah.
It becomes their niche.
These people are freaking monsters.
Yeah. It's look at what. Not only are you...
We're just sitting here making jokes about it. We call them monsters.
I'm not hiring them.
We're adding to the problem.
We're not the ones enslaved. Yeah, imagine going on TV and being like, look at, we're doing this amazing thing. And everyone's just sucking your dick about how good of a person you are. And then meanwhile, you got a fucking disabled person's sweatshop in the back.
That is correct.
That's essentially what's happening.
No, you're exploiting someone and getting praised for it.
If that isn't winning, I don't know what is.
That hasn't been a thing for 100 years, man.
And I venture to say, winning, we're the good people for shining a light on this. Y'all niggas are monsters. Whole monsters. Y'all treat them worse than the Mexicans.
Wow.
Hey man, don't talk shit about Mexico. At least they have holidays.
You sure right.
Don't get Will started.
No, man, we're gonna
I'm waiting.
This rant.
As soon as that thing goes up, I'm waiting for people to start commenting.
Yeah, man, we're still waiting, man.
It's gonna be.
And they're gonna have to pay Will to shut up.
Hey man, I'll do it.
We gotta start an email for Will's hate mail. It's just for his specific hate mail.
Fuck you, Will, at Unfiltered.
Why would I be the one predominantly getting the hate mail?
Tell me to suck off at gmail.com.
And we just have an autoresponder with a middle finger.
I heard what you said. Counter offer.
It's just
Just
It's
auto,
a bot.
yeah, it's just
auto
a bot.
respond
that-
with asshole pictures.
Nah, man, because you send it to a little kid, I'm going to jail, and I'm not having that.
Nah, it's just a bot that sends a middle finger and thank you for your continued support.
All right. So we're getting off topic. We're gonna move on to So This Shit Happened. This is kind of a retro. So This Shit Happened. So in 1876, March 3rd, 1876, in Bath County, Kentucky, it just started raining meat. Like meat just started falling out of the sky. Here's a picture of it right there. Just meat just falling out of the fucking sky.
I heard about this.
Did it fall out of the sky in those bottles?
No.
That's a little dangerous.
That's a specimen. That's a
Okay,
specimen.
man.
There's just like chunks of animals or whatever, right? Like just raw ass meat just falling out of the sky. And there's like beef, all kinds of other shit. So here it says most of the pieces were approximately 2 inches in diameter. At least one was 3.9 inches, so 4 inches. All kinds of different shit. They couldn't figure out what was going on, right? And there was also like this. It was all this like had all this like jelly like stuff all around it. So it was not only just meat, but like there was this weird jelly substance around it.
I wouldn't be happy walking around.
Yeah, you imagine just fucking walking through town and all of a sudden meat starts falling out of the sky.
I bet you a lot of people went to church the next day.
I don't know. that was 1870 something, right?
1876, I believe.
All right, cool. I mean, I wouldn't be particularly mad because in 1876, what'd you have to do? Go to church or fuck a cow? Like there wasn't anything going on back
But
then.
also, I venture to say, like, that would add the phenomenon. Like, I think airplanes are not as popular still in that time. So how the fuck did all that get up there?
Not as popular.
Did you say airplanes were
exist.
not? They weren't around for
didn't
30
exist.
more years.
Yeah, at least 30 more years.
So then that adds to the conspiracy. How the fuck did all that get up
Right,
there?
so that was the thing, right? It took them decades to figure it out.
Of course it did.
Finally, they actually did figure out what the fuck happened. Turns out it was coordinated vulture puking.
Ew.
There were a bunch of vultures flying overhead.
That's right.
And
Vultures
they
don't have
just
assholes.
like, yeah, they'll just puke. Huh? They'll just puke. What did you say?
Vultures don't have assholes. I learned that in
I don't
biology.
know if that's accurate.
It is.
I don't
They
know.
have. They're
Is
like
that
birds.
actually true?
No, they're like bird. They're like a lot of other birds. They don't have like a urethra and an asshole.
So vultures vomit as part of a defense mechanism. So that's why like all the meat was all like jelly and kind
What were they being attacked by?
I don't know.
In the
There's a
sky.
probably someone shot at them. There's probably there was like
A bunch of them?
Everyone dropped the load.
Apparently there were a bunch of, but they were just
The ground
they
people
just
are
started
attacking.
vomiting. I imagine it's probably one of those.
Nah,
things like,
this one
birds-
was the offensive.
It was the first round.
Da, 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 da.
I am so bad. I'm also not just gonna let it pass that this man just had knew that vultures don't have buttholes.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a thing.
They don't.
I don't
I
think
promise
I'm
you.
looking it up. We're checking.
Jake, if they do, I'm kicking you in the dick.
Because I venture to say, like, my first thought process when he said that was that Jake went and lifted a vulture's head. Well, I be damned.
Probably a dead one because I assume that they'll attack that nigga, just not let it happen.
I don't know, man. That is wild.
Look, my 11th grade
Yeah,
biology
this
teacher.
is the same as everything else. Same as every other bird. They have one hole
Yes,
where
they have a
everything
hole.
comes out.
Correct.
Yeah,
That's not an asshole.
Jake, it's a functioning asshole.
So it's like a waste hole? Is that what we're just
It's where they piss out of, shit out of, and come out of.
Lay eggs out of.
Out of the same
It's an
hole.
all-in-one.
God got lazy with that animal.
So it's got like rotating tubes.
Correct.
It's like a revolver. I think it just all funnels into the one thing.
Let's get off of this. That is
No
terrible.
wonder they look so ugly.
That's
You're
just
giving you're giving a red
it's
dot.
just like a swirl of file coming out of them.
Yep.
You know, like I'm trying not to get off topic, but you know, vultures are pretty fucking big birds.
They're
Yeah,
huge,
they are.
That's what they're saying. It was like two inches is not small, man. That's like that much.
How did they
in like diameter?
Yeah.
Like huge, just chunks of meat like that.
Yeah,
falling
how
out
did
of the
they
fucking
not
sky.
see the vultures?
I guess
I think they did. I think you kind of want to say you don't pay.
1870s. You don't
First
go
of
look.
First of all,
Hey, if a big hunk of meat hits you out of the sky, you look up.
they fly pretty high up. So like when they vomit, it's going to take a while for the meat to hit the ground. And I imagine it's probably one of those things like you know birds fly overhead all the time. Like oh whatever, I'm just not even going to notice it. And the
That's
meat starts
also
falling
true.
out of the sky, and you're just oh what the fuck.
I eventually
And it's
say
over a kind of wide area too. It wasn't the whole town, but it was like a significant portion of the town. So it wasn't like a flock of vultures. It was like a bunch of different ones up.
like they probably didn't put 2 and 2 together. It's just.
I mean, meat starts falling out of the sky. I'm not asking why. I'm running for cover. That's all I'm saying. I'm getting
That, and
the fuck
I'm
out
not
of Dodge.
assuming like birds are bombarding me.
Yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, exactly. All I know in that moment is meat's falling out of the sky.
Everything
And then
changed when the
inside.
Vulture Nation
I'm
attacked.
going home.
Everyone went to church the next day to pray about it. It's the end of days.
And you know what? You might have a point.
I
I'm
probably
gonna go find me a nigga to hook with.
that would have turned me.
I'll be upset. I got hit with a piece of meat, just jelly meat. I'm
mad.
We hooking. Somebody gonna have to answer for these crimes.
And you know that would have been for me. I'd be sitting out there and be like, "Yeah, man, I don't believe." You know what, man?
Maybe.
I guess I gotta go to church now. Lord, I know we don't talk much.
I know we don't talk much, but this is some bullshit.
No, we haven't spoken in a while.
Jesus, I know we don't talk much, but you didn't have to do me like that.
Just
I wonder
the
who.
fuck, man.
Do you think people actually cooked that and ate it? Could you imagine?
No, I don't think anyone did. I think the whole point of it was that it looked kind of gross.
Well, I mean, also,
Also, it was on the ground. Like,
well, there's also a bunch of
what did you have? 5-second rule?
yeah. It's the 1870s. Fuck if I know what they do back then. They didn't have working plumbing.
They hit 50, they're wilding.
So I mean,
The homeless probably ate it.
they ain't have nothing else.
God was feeding the homeless that day. That's what it was.
Dude, you vultures, you've had enough.
Some homeless man went to church and prayed for food.
The meat that vultures eat is already rotten for the most part, and then they. Why would anybody recook that? That's
Why would
know
you
it was
eat
from
the
vultures.
thing that vultures didn't want to keep? They eat dead
It's too
things.
gross for vultures.
But they didn't know it came from vultures then. It took a while, right?
It was like 30 years before.
Wouldn't it look
Yeah.
like jelly meat though? That shit would just be.
probably.
I don't know about this, guys.
Look,
Just
I
looking
And
down.
it'd be rotten and
Well,
smell like shit.
you also have to think: eat, die.
Yeah.
Eat
Yeah.
or wait till tomorrow. See what's up on the menu.
Eat
You're homeless.
or okay, so die or eat and then die an even more painful death.
Fair.
Because of all the
Well,
shit.
we don't
Or
assume. We're
you
steal.
would just
First
you
off,
can
we're
either
assuming
starve
that
to
them
death,
folk
or
were
you
like
could shit
right
yourself
about to pass.
death. I'm not really sure which one's worse.
Like dysentery.
Oh,
I don't
shit.
know.
Like
I don't
dysentery
know.
times 1,000. You can have double dysentery.
I'd have to.
dysentery.
I shit myself to death because at least I could be a nuisance to somebody else. I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna just start shitting. Just
This is no longer just my problem.
I'm gonna unleash my bowel on the world.
I don't think I want to shit myself to death. My dad gave me this vitamin or whatever, and I swear I used the bathroom about 20 times that day of shitting. I finally got. I'm tired of shitting, Jesus. I'm tired of it.
Not like
Hey,
this.
so much
like
to
this.
the assholes raw.
Dude, naked covered, naked shit covered man in the street.
That sounds like what Will's
Some-
defense is against
somebody's
being
gonna have
kidnapped.
to. Somebody's gonna have to come clean this up.
Yeah, who cleaned that up too? Did it just?
Probably the whole town pitched in.
I would
assume.
I wouldn't.
Clean up, everybody do your share.
Wait, what year was it? 1870? Okay, so it wasn't the slaves. All right.
Damn.
No, I was just making sure.
I would have been.
I was
Black
making
History
sure.
Month.
I would have been. And you.
Hey,
had
we
this
can't.
guy
It's
thinking
no
wrong.
longer Black History Month. Someone ruined it for
Yeah,
everyone.
we'll get to that later. Can never have shit around here.
As if Gucci wasn't enough.
I know,
You gotta
man.
ruin everything.
And Prada.
All right, so we're getting way off topic. All right, we're gonna move on to street tweets, and First of all, I have an update for everyone from one of our previous shows. We were talking about the Demi Lovato thing, and I think it was the Willow Time or someone said she's going to end up back in the hospital.
She back on cocaine?
She back in the hospital. Yeah. She's back in rehab.
Twitter, I want to know, y'all did this to her.
Yeah.
Y'all,
you were responsible.
That girl was just trying to laugh at some 21 Savage memes.
That nigga came out and said they were funny.
he did.
He came
Yeah.
Maybe
He said they were funny.
Black Twitter wasn't having none of that.
Nah, no, they weren't.
100%.
And Demi's now in the hospital paying for your crimes, Twitter.
She needs to sue Twitter.
Oh, no, you can't sue Twitter. She wanted her put back in the hospital again?
Yeah, she just needs to stay off of Twitter.
Yeah, man, just
Or the drugs.
Just call it a
that
day.
is fair.
Yeah, or the drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, if she's clearly not going to stay off the drugs, so just
and the drugs. You can't say
no.
or.
look. She can't even stay off the drugs. So
I'm
I'm trying not to set the expectations too high.
Oh no, people are
I'm
Also-
trying to do two things.
Since we're
I'm
on
still
the
trying to
topic,
get one of them.
since we're on the topic of street tweets that we are revisiting,
Street teats.
street street tweets that we are revisiting.
Okay.
There has been another incident.
Okay.
There's another high fashion. There's another high fashion brand that put nooses around their models.
Oh yeah. I forgot.
What?
The hell
Is this because of Jussie? I am so sick and tired of his shit.
Damn villain.
So sick and tired of. You see what this nigga is? I am so.
We ain't to that part yet, Will.
That
But,
was
Burberry?
Huh?
Oh,
Did you
my
see it?
Jesus.
They put nooses
No.
around the model's neck, and they said fashion is suicide or something like that, or something.
What?
Jojo.
Oh my Jesus.
You know what, man? This.
And people have lost their
Happy
shit
Black
about that.
That is a
History
spicy meatball.
I cannot
Man,
fucking
y'all can't
stand
have
y'all.
shit.
Can't fucking stand y'all.
Y'all can't have shit.
I knew
man.
there was something I was forgetting when you brought that up, Clay. I was like, definitely have to revisit. I forgot all about that too.
Well, to be fair, a noose has been around more than just black people's necks.
Yeah, that is.
I don't
because-
fucking
But you
care.
did it during Black History Month. You
Yeah.
know what time would be great to debut nooses? Just the
nooses around models' necks.
Yeah, just
know,
the primary instrument for lynching. Black History Month. That's the time to
At
let
least we didn't do it around a black model.
World
Yeah,
premiere.
they have
Oh,
enough
my Lord.
sense. They have enough sense not to do that.
As you said, because no self-respecting black man's gonna wear that.
For the right price, I
Just
would.
like the Gucci sweater.
No,
In
I'd
your
say
own
the
words,
Gucci
Tyme.
sweater it is
I don't know how
debatably
much money
worse
they,
because
how
it had a
much-
white person doing blackface.
This is look. I am so like.
This is Gucci,
I wish y'all
Prada,
could
and
see me right now. How distraught these sons of bitches have made me. I am so sick and fucking.
So you gotta get both of them. You gotta put the Gucci sweater on and then wear the Burberry.
the Burberry noose.
And then you gotta have the
Your
Prada
keychain.
use the Prada bag with the
I
keychain
wanna
with the
know-
blackface.
I just
And
want to know
then
who
you have your
pitched
kid
that.
walking
like-
behind you with the.
I don't know who thinks these are good ideas.
No,
Yeah,
so
that's what
you
I'm
do
saying.
that, and then your kid's following behind you with the coolest monkey in the jungle.
You know what it is. You know how we say black people aren't into enough. We need some black folks in the fashion industry.
Apparently.
like some black Twitter. I need y'all to get on this.
We-
like,
You at
please.
least need a panel of people
They
that
have.
can
They've
approve.
been-
or
I'm
disapprove
saying-
They've been going
things.
wild. But you know, anytime somebody black try to sell you something, you try to get it for cheaper. I don't know why you do that. Like people put so much stock into like other people's brands and stuff, they won't support anything like.
I can see that. It's because I guess the generalization is that a lot of people in the long sense of thing has, because we want when the black community wanted to compete, they had to sell it a little bit more affordable in order to compete with the white market in a lot of cases.
You know what
And
we
so-
need to bring back? Calvin Kanai. Or what was his name? The one that did I say the
Calvin
right brand?
Klein?
Calvin Klein.
No, not Calvin Kanai. It's the brand that Tupac used to wear all the time. It was owned by a black man.
You know, we just need to bring like FUBU owned by
Yeah, FUBU.
FUBU. We need to bring back
I'm not
FUBU.
wearing FUBU.
Why not?
Why not? Oh, you'd rather wear that noose and that blackface sweater.
Nah, man.
I got a question about that. Who's worse, the person that pitched it or the person that gave it the green light?
Every fucking body in this mentality. Shit runs from the top down.
You know what?
I even blame some of them Chinese children sewing the stuff.
They 100% knew what they were doing. Just fuck up on y'all.
Talk about my eyes, will you?
They must have, like,
I'm fucking you up good.
you know how they must have thought, like, in the factories, they must be having a mass hanging.
Oh, looks like folks are getting laid off today.
Bad day at work.
They go into work and just see a bunch of nooses.
Looks like budget cuts happen, boys.
Hey, whoa, guys, calm down. It's not what you think. This is fashion. They just walk into the meeting room. Oh, shit.
They need focus groups or something where they just
Something,
And
anything.
if they have them, they need at least one black person on those focus groups.
What they should do is, like, pre-release
And
it,
if there is
like,
a black
as, like,
person
a
on it.
joke. Someone needs to leak
Or
this
leak
as a
it, yeah.
joke.
Yeah.
Leak it
Yeah.
as a joke.
Yeah.
Hey, what the fuck is this? They're like, we're going to scrap this, guys.
You know what?
He's like, oh no, that was a hoax. It was a hoax. We didn't actually do that.
Hacked. We were hacked.
Yeah,
We just got the sample results back. Looks like everyone said fuck no.
What fuckheads bought these?
No, man, hold on. I think
It's a no-go on the nooses, guys.
There's bad news.
I know what it is. It's Black History Month, and white people are just trying to sell us fashion that represents our culture.
I hate Jojo.
It's a memorial show.
Black Twitter don't come after me.
You know the crazy
Never
thing?
forget.
Crazy thing. I
I'm
am
black,
like,
y'all.
this is absurdly offensive.
It is.
Absurd.
It is, and we're sitting here laughing like jackasses.
I am deeply offended. I now know how them little screaming banshees on the computer feel. I'm offended. Fuck these guys.
Will's gonna join Black Twitter.
I feel like the only just thing to do. Someone has to burn for this. Someone has to burn for this. I
Coming
need.
in with a gun. All right, who designed it?
That's what they need.
Who
Like,
designed it and who okayed it? Those are the two that gotta go.
I almost Antifa. Y'all need to do something. Like this be the one time
Burn
I
down
really ask for
Burberry.
violence.
Burn down Burberry.
They just
Burn-
all right. All right. Whoever thought this was a good idea, you come out. And then everyone else, you come out too. We weren't just asking for one of y'all. The snitches get stitches.
You know what we need to do? We need to only support black-owned business. So I'm gonna go buy me a Soldier watch.
That's gonna be very hard. That's gonna be
Soldier
very
watch
hard.
that's made by China.
Instead of that, can I just light your money on fire? It's the same thing.
Now be careful.
I'll just get more entertainment.
If you like the money, you might. You know what they're gonna send? They would sell us burning crosses next. Watch.
Oh, a dress shirt. Little
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I was sitting here the whole time trying to think of something that's more offensive. And my brain was just like, I got nothing, man.
You said paper on fire. I thought burning crosses.
No,
It's gonna be a Klan hood. That's the next thing.
a phone case that has nothing but like little cotton, like little cotton plants on it.
It's just ignorant. This is fucking
I feel
ignorant.
like the people, they're like that Key and Peele skit where he keeps singing the racist songs. He's like, there's nothing racist about it. Like, just right over his head. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
How is there anything racist about...
I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
Fuck these guys. Like come the fuck on.
about a little monkey doll with giant lips. What's I don't get it.
Blackface, I don't see it. Fucking hate these people.
All
man.
black, giant red lips. No, it's not blackface.
That's Popo.
We need the fashion community. They all need to suffer for this. Everyone needs to suffer. I feel like everyone has to suffer this. Jordans. I don't know why, but I feel y'all responsible for letting this happen. Y'all don't deserve this, but neither did we.
Why should we attack Jordan, man?
Because you attack Jordan, they'll attack them.
Yeah.
You look. This is I know it's uncalled for and it's unreasonable.
If we're gonna attack,
America does
attack
unreasonable
Jordan, we
things.
might as well go after Nike.
Yeah.
That's what the company is.
Look,
Let it
I agree with you. and disagree because I know it's unreasonable. What I'm asking for is unreasonable. Like, let's fuck up some other guy
I think
who has absolutely nothing to do with it.
rationality went out the door when they did this a second time in a month.
Third time.
Third
Third
time.
fucking
Yeah,
time.
It
third.
was Gucci and Prada, and then it's and then now it's Burberry.
All I'm saying is, look, clearly there's no rules. So, whatever the fuck.
Fucking obviously. Fucking.
Whatever you want flies.
We need to go fight somebody.
I'm telling you.
Let's go to the streets.
Not only do y'all have like a week and some change stolen out of Black History Month by all the holidays and shit,
Yeah.
but then, on top of that,
Fashion.
you can't even celebrate the rest of it because of the fashion industry.
The fashion
That
industry
and
has got
fucking
a
Jesse.
vendetta.
Yeah,
we
we'll
need
get
to
to
have
that.
a-
We're getting to that. We're getting to that. Later.
What I like to do is I like to take a day from each month. That I take a day from January and a day from March. That's part of Black History Month. I'm getting my full day. We're at least taking 30.
I want December. I want December. That's what needs to happen. Black History Month.
No, you don't want December. It's everything's already about Christmas. No one's gonna pay any attention to Black History Month.
Nah, we're gonna emphasize Kwanzaa. See, this is where Kwanzaa takes over, my brother.
And if I see Santas on the street, we
Do I
curb
get
them.
presents for Kwanzaa?
Yeah, you
Do I get more presents than I'd get if it were Christmas? No.
Yes.
Depends on if your
If
family's
so, then
wealthy
I'm
or
down. Yeah, I'm just gonna go home tonight. Hey guys, we're celebrating Kwanzaa now.
not. Technically, yeah, because
Here's my list.
everyone gives you what, 8? No.
It's multiple days in Kwanzaa.
Yeah. But
Oh,
I
it's
mean,
like 8
I'm
days.
not. Yeah,
Shit,
that's what I'm
I
saying.
get more
I'm
than that.
ignorant when it comes to Kwanzaa. Don't at me.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We
Don't
apologize
add
for
any
the
of this.
Kwanzaa peoples.
Yeah.
I
Don't
don't
actually burn
apologize.
anything down.
If you fuckheads get mad at us for Kwanzaa, you are directing your anger at the wrong people. You should be at Burberry right now.
That's true. That's true. Any of
Also,
our
you
crimes-
should probably educate other people about Kwanzaa because obviously nobody knows what the fuck goes on Kwanzaa.
The
And I don't mean to say this on Black History Month. We should put this up after Black History Month.
It'll be up in a week.
Oh, okay, so that'd be
It'll be the very last day to commemorate. I'm just gonna put a tombstone with
One
Black
more
History
punch
Month
in the
on it,
mouth.
like, rest in peace.
Yeah, man, I'm just so fucking tired of people, man. I can't fucking stand it.
There's a whole lot
Also,
of
don't actually
tomfuckery
burn
that's
anything
going on.
down. We're not telling you to do anything.
If
You watch this podcast.
Please,
Don't
do
at
not.
us. Don't blame us.
Yeah.
If you burn something down, you're a moron and you did that.
If you
Not
come
ain't our
up with
fucking
the
fault.
ideas at our suggestion, that
Yeah.
was all you, Chief.
It's not even a suggestion. Yeah, we're here for entertainment. So
And
just-
also, fuck you.
yeah, and go fuck yourself.
And the Puerto
On top of
Ricans.
that.
Hey, man. I like the Puerto Ricans, man. Why would you say that?
Shut up.
All right.
Next
moving on.
topic.
Next topic. So we're still on street tweets, but we're talking about 50 Cent. So what happened with 50 Cent?
G-Unit.
Okay, so 50 Cent has recently received like news, and it had to come from inside the precinct. There was a debriefing basically, and one of the guys in charge of the precinct, I forgot his name. I believe you have it down
Gonzalez.
there. Emmanuel Gonzalez.
Yeah.
He ordered his officers to shoot 50 Cent on sight.
So
Like, seriously shooting?
Yeah, man.
Well, we seen him.
Well, he said it's a joke.
He said,
But you don't joke like that in a room full of cops, especially like in this climate.
who's a black man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
yeah.
A wealthy one, too. That they'll shoot that nigga.
I thought that man was bankrupt.
I don't know.
50 Cent?
50
He's
Cent.
got at least 50 cents.
He's not.
How long have you been waiting to use that one, Clay?
Too fucking.
Years.
5 seconds.
But
Since it came into my head and I shouted it out.
But apparently, the cop and 50 Cent have had back and forth before.
Really?
He accused the cop of shaking down a spot that he was supposed to perform at. So basically, like, he was trying to get more money out of it and shut down the club and stuff like that he was performing at. And if you haven't seen any of 50 Cent's like Twitter or Instagram posts or whatever, every time after he posts something, he says, "Get the strap." Which, if you know what the strap
yes,
is,
I think
it's
most people know.
It's a gun.
Firearm.
Yeah, but he puts that after everything he says, regardless of context. So, the cop is trying to say now that was a threat against him. And like he's trying to say that 50 Cent threatened him, basically. And like it's just been back and forth between a civilian and a cop.
How much fucking sense does that make? He's like,
none.
None at all.
oh no, he's threatening me over online. If you
Now let me tell this room full of armed men that are under my command to go shoot this nigga on sight.
Yeah.
What's going on? It's like,
Seriously, though.
Well, to be fair, he already survived 9 shots.
To be fair,
so.
it's 9. Nine. I think after the 8th one, I'd have been sick and tired of it.
even
All right,
if
guys, come on, cut it out.
even if
no, I got shot for real.
even if 50 Cent could just survive bullets or whatever, bullets ain't gonna kill him. Just
Him and Young Dolphin got superpowers.
let's just pretend and play devil's advocate and he can't die to bullets.
The pain alone.
Yeah,
Just
to quote Deadpool, being shot hurts.
Yeah, it hurts, but you still survive.
I just think like that's a very tired. Like one, if I was 50 Cent, one, I'd be really tired of being shot. Two,
He
like
hasn't been shot in years. That man's been rich for a long time.
that's very true. And
From
two,
being shot.
how could this man think it was just okay to even joke like that?
Because he's a cop.
And not even if it was
There's
close.
no accountability with police.
No, there's not.
And that's the problem. And that's really what the
That's why you take someone who was a borderline high school dropout and give him a gun and a little bit of authority, and all of a sudden,
I hope he wears
Big Dick
Burberry.
McGee. What?
I hope he wears Burberry.
Just go under an overpass, and yank him out of the car.
That's ignorant. Like,
That's so stupid.
and the thing is, and that's the problem.
Yeah, that really is the thing too. Is he's gonna be like, "Oh no, it was a joke." Everyone knows damn well that's not a joke. And even if you think it's a joke, you have to be autistic as fuck to think that that's a joke.
Or a
You have to
cop.
or a cop. What's the difference, man? I don't know.
I guess
So
nothing.
you have to have no idea of like social cues and what the fuck you're supposed to do with your job to say something like that. It's just disgusting, man.
It is disgusting.
It's completely
Blackberry,
disgusting.
that kid, she must go into shit.
Yeah.
You fucking
Like
stand.
I said, y'all just can't have shit.
Fucking stand.
Next year we'll try harder.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
I fucking hate people, man. I can't say.
Oh my god.
Leave 50 Cent alone.
Yeah. Leave him alone. He ain't do nothing.
Even though 50 Cent is like the pettiest person.
I don't care. I love 50 Cent. 50 Cent
50
has
Cent
brought
is the
so much
pettiest
joy to
person
my
out
life.
there.
He didn't give us like the only video game ever made by a rapper that was good. Like I've heard. Well,
Blood in the
not
Sand is
good,
okay
but passable.
at best.
Right, passable.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's the best ever. but
Have
it's
you
passable.
never played Def Jam Fight for New York?
That game was godlike.
Fine.
That
Clay.
game was godlike.
Love don't live here for you, get go. Get up out the nah mean.
Like, I was at GameStop a few years back. Not even a few years. Maybe a few years back.
You never,
and
you
I
never
saw
played
I
Shaq
never got to
Fu?
play it. Oh,
You never played
I played
Shaq
Shaq
Fu?
Fu. That was horrible.
Shaq was a rapper as well.
Mm-hmm.
he also has some like some good albums. Not good
Are we really
albums.
calling him a
Shaq?
rapper now?
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, back in like
Shaq
'93.
was an
Yeah.
rapper.
Yeah,
And he wrote his own stuff.
I know.
yeah. It was after
You
he
never
used the
heard
money he got
any
with the
of
signing
album.
bonus.
I would not call him a rapper.
Shaq, I would. He wrote his own shit and got gold. I would. 100%.
He got gold because he's Shaq.
No, them bars. Clay, you want to listen?
You didn't hear them. You didn't hear them diss tracks against Kobe. Even though I wasn't really trying to hear that because I'm a big Kobe Bryant fan.
I was down with the bullshit from day one. You don't like somebody? Yeah, let me listen to this.
But that's wild, man.
Oh my god.
I love 50 Cent because, one, 50 Cent started that beef with Mike Tyson, not Mike Tyson, with Floyd Mayweather.
Mike Tyson.
Oh, God.
I was like,
Don't
nobody
nobody-
started beef with Mike Tyson.
Don't nobody want to start
Floyd
beef with
Mayweather
Mike
really
Tyson. That nigga was fighting the tiger.
Fights attackers. But yeah, that nigga started beef with Floyd, and that had me dying. And then that nigga started beef with what the fuck his name is?
Everybody.
Ja Rule.
Oh,
You
really?
mean he started beef with Ja Rule first and then Floyd?
You so right. But the fact that this
it just continues on with Ja Rule. That man just buying his concert tickets.
It was on Groupon.
That shit killed me. He spent
And
like
his
$6
royalties. He bought his royalties as well. So he owns the right to Ja Rule's
That's
music.
so petty. I bet he's glad he didn't buy out Fire Festival.
You know, there's a 2.0. They're trying
Yeah,
to
he's trying to do a
another one.
2.0. I know
There's
you guys
songs on
didn't
that.
hear us. I know you guys didn't hear us talk about Fire Festival. We did a whole thing and our audio got deleted.
Yeah, we just
But
got messed up.
Fire Festival is shit show. But now they're trying to do a second one, which is ignorant.
Well,
Yeah.
we will talk about that when it comes up. I'm sure it will be another shit show. As long as no one else has to suck dick from water bottles.
That's wild.
That was my main beef with I was gonna take one for the team.
He was going down there just to go suck dick. And it was like, I need this water.
I hate people.
He was like, I need this water. You about to get wet.
You know, the more we do
That's
this,
horrible.
every day
terrible.
we do this podcast, the more I lose faith in humanity.
I've lost faith in humanity a long time ago.
It was just a turd circling the drain, man.
Yeah.
Next topic. This will be real quick. Probably, maybe, probably not. I don't know. So Trump is decriminalizing homosexuality, or he's moving to decriminalize homosexuality. Homosexuality worldwide. And gay rights activists are pissed off, and they're mad at him. And I can't figure out why.
They're mad at
Still
him
can't
for a
figure out
couple
why.
reasons. One,
Most of them are the fact that he's Trump.
Yeah.
No, I know that's he could. It's like they say, if he came out in favor of oxygen, they would all suffocate tomorrow. Oh, what'd you say?
how dare he?
Yeah.
How dare you try and help the whole community? Fuck us up.
They're all gonna go the way of Diogenes, man.
But behold, but the thing is about this, and one, yes, like you said, it's because it's Trump. Two, they're getting at him because of the fact that they feel like he was responsible for a lot of things that were happening over, like in Chechnya, with what's happening to the gay community.
Trump's responsible for what happens in Chechnya.
Yeah,
For sure.
and
Allegedly.
Because he is definitely the president of
The
Chechnya.
ostrich.
Yeah.
and then three is
You
because
should ask all of those people to point out Chechnya on a map. I'll go ahead and admit right now, I don't know where the fuck it's at.
As far as I'm concerned, it's not real.
If you're gay, it's definitely not real. That's not a place you want to go. They're out there killing. Chechnya said, I don't know if y'all know this, Chechnya outright said, we don't have a gay community.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I heard.
Due partially because they're killing them over there.
Yeah.
That's
I can
what-
just
Allegedly.
imagine. I can just
They can't be
imagine,
killing them
like,
if they don't exist.
Exactly.
I could just imagine them like saying that there's no gay people who live here. Right in the background, the last gay person got shot. Looks back. Yeah, there's no gay people that live here.
And but there's that. And then three, that they feel like he didn't act soon enough. So it's like, one, he's Trump. Two, they feel like he was responsible for the other things that happened, including Chechnya. And three, he didn't act fast enough to prevent the things that were happening in Chechnya.
He's trying to get his wall.
That's fucking fair. The government was shut down.
Just be like, oh, y'all want me to solve all these damn problems. I asked for one thing. Even though I think the wall is stupid.
So I knew it was part of Russia. Apparently, it's in the North Caucasus or whatever, right around.
Caucasus.
It's in like the shithole part of the world, in the Balkans. It's in the shithole
It's
part.
one of those shithole countries.
They have places
quote
like
unquote.
Facts though. No, it's in one of the think about the '90s when the Balkans were just shit. Yeah, it's in that area. So if you're surprised, I don't know what the fuck to tell you, man. But it's
Would
in
the
Russia.
gay community agree that
It's
this
in
is a
Russia.
shithole country?
What the fuck? Yeah.
I mean, they're
They
killing
better.
all the gays.
They
I consider it a shithole country.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, if you just allowed to kill somebody because they like something that you don't.
Well, they got a thing against people putting things in shitholes, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
And buying objects to fuck another person.
fair.
I wonder if they don't have those kind of stores.
Well, what the hell is he supposed to do? It's in Russia.
Look, that's the only other sphere of influence.
And even if he does something, Trump was able to throw weight around and get shit done in Russia. How?
Oh, he must have collusion with Russia. This is the whole Russian conspiracy all over again. Hi.
They're just gonna find things.
Fuck
They're
with
gonna
y'all
find
niggas
things
no
within
more.
the narrative regardless. It's like,
Fucking hate people, man.
so you just ignore people like that. If everyone just ignored them, they'd just go away.
These are probably the same jackass that think.
Are you talking? Do you say if somebody? Who are you talking about ignoring? Are you talking about ignoring the niggas killing Jews? Not Jews, but
Again?
Only reason why I said Jews because they were talking about how they were putting people in they were putting gay people in concentration camps, and I was like, oh, that's where I brought my mind to because that's what we're.
He said, "This what we're doing now."
But I mean, like, they're not. There's never. They're gonna complain about it. It's always gonna be something wrong. And I mean, even if he does somehow lower the persecution of the gay community over the world, they're not gonna give him fucking credit for it.
No, they'll say it was.
And also,
the Chechen people decided to do it themselves.
Also, that's not his job. Why do we want somebody else, like, who's in charge of us, to worry about somebody else? I just want.
It's because the group that the LGBT community is predominantly liberals, and you can't be a nationalist at any point in degree. And nationalists, in my personal opinion, and how I feel it should be, to the degree you should have, is that we need to take care of our country first, and then help everyone else. No, they think we need to help everyone else first because our country's already fine.
It comes back to the idea of privilege.
Exactly.
We're already up here. We need to try and pull them up before we move further ahead.
Exactly, and that's the problem.
No.
So there's no sense of what's it called, nation pride.
Yeah, national pride.
Yeah, national pride. There's no sense of national pride, and so therefore, and if you have any sense of it,
you're a bad guy.
You're a racist.
A racist and all kinds of stuff.
You have an American flag, you would call it a homophobe and a big.
Yeah, and we're not the ones killing the gays.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Call us the homophobes.
If you fly a damn Chechnyan flag, man,
and we're not
Russian flag, what the fuck ever.
If you don't like,
and we're just referring to you guys as gays because BT is too
long.
More shit to it. So
Yeah.
like
Q plus community.
I just
call them the Q plus.
Kids of Doom.
C, D, E, F, G.
we don't have time to recite the alphabet.
Yes. That would be the theme of this episode. That would be the theme song for this episode.
LGBT, ABC. No one gives a fuck about me. That's their national cry. That's their national fucking cry.
National anthem.
That's wild.
They go tell people. I mean, that's how they feel. They feel like everyone's out to fucking get them.
What's the name of their country? Is it Buttfuckistan?
Wow.
In the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
Buttfuckistan.
Morstavania.
Hey, look.
Next topic.
Nope.
Next topic.
Alright, man. On Tyme's behalf, we'll move on.
All right.
And my brother is gay, so let's.
Yeah, so fuck up. Again, don't add me.
Fuck
don't
you
add
guys.
him.
I love my brother
Don't
and
add
his
Tyme.
gay partner. Y'all leave him alone.
Don't add any of us.
Jackass.
We're not even going to be on Twitter
of
anyway,
Tyme.
so fuck off. All right. So we're going to move on to the news segment now. So our first topic is that Bernie Sanders has announced a campaign for 2020. So he's got a Bernie campaign 2.0.
I'm so fucking happy for it. Do you know he already raised $6 million?
I heard he raised $1 million in like an hour or two.
$6 million
He's at $6
in a
million
day.
now?
Like, I am so happy. And like, look, and you know, I firstly enjoyed the thrill of going to a black barbershop. I just love being there, just because the atmosphere is so over. And we, you know, they brought up him going for campaign. I was like, DNC's gonna try to fuck him over again.
Yeah.
Yo, let's go get Clinton or somebody. You know. I hear she's gonna be running again too.
She said she hasn't ruled it. I don't think she will. Though.
She still got them emails?
There's no. I saw a picture that was like, when you find Hillary Clinton's missing emails, but they're all her nudes. And it's just
That shit was, yeah.
But
I've seen some shit.
We actually have quite a few like female candidates that are popping up for the Democratic Party.
Yeah, I think the big problem with Bernie now for the progressives is that he's a white male. I think that's the thing that's going to shoot him in the foot.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's not that Hillary being a woman helped her, but
but she was a shithole kind of person. I really hated that person.
It helped her cheat Bernie out of a win.
It did.
That's exactly
They'd have done it
that's
anyways.
exactly what it did.
That's what
Her
they
being
did.
a woman did help her cheat.
It drives me so fucking wild.
I definitely want to see a woman president. Actually, I don't even really care what gender you are to be a president. Like, as long as you do what the fuck you supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
But Hillary was not somebody I was voting for.
No.
I was never voting for Hillary.
And I don't want our president to be someone that was elected just because of their gender. Like, oh, you were a woman, you get to be president now. It's her turn. Fuck off. My livelihood depends on this.
This is probably bad for me to say, but back when the election, back when the election, the funniest thing about the whole 2016 election that killed me was Clinton was just sure she was going to win. Mm-hmm. So she was going to host her victory speech at a place with a literal glass ceiling and do a speech about how it shattered. And that bitch held firm.
It didn't shatter. Poor choice of venue.
Oh, it was spectacular. It was like a dumpster fire.
She didn't even concede that.
No, she didn't.
Nope.
She just went home. I'm done with
this. She didn't even give a concession speech. She just called Trump, was like, you win, and then left.
Reminds me of Carter.
Left everyone.
I wouldn't.
All those people went up there for her inauguration, or for her speech, for acceptance speech or whatever. They didn't even get to see her.
Yeah.
Good job.
I wouldn't either.
She was just chilling in the back. Well, looks like I'm getting fucking destroyed.
Yeah.
Bill, start the car. We're going home.
That's what she was coming, but I mean, I'm just like, how little do you care about your fans and your supporters that you're like, I ain't even going to show
Bill,
face.
stop fucking the young bitch and let's go.
You know what kills me? It reminds me of when we used to play Vanguard. They had this thing called Round Zero.
Yeah.
And people would drive hours and hours to come to the event.
Lord, yeah.
And they lose Round Zero and they have to go right back home. Like 13-hour drive. That's what it feels
At least
like.
they got to participate.
Yeah. They didn't get to participate. They got to sit there and watch her not come on stage like everyone else. That's their participation prize. But like,
it would have been like if she had stuck her head out the side of the curtains or something, then that would have been like. They didn't get that.
Like, fuck that.
You just get to sit in this room and cry with a bunch of other people who are sitting there and crying.
Yep.
And I really hope Bernie actually had, because like Bernie was getting catchy, because one, he kind of came out of nowhere first off last run.
He really did,
and he was gaining a lot of traction. They just literally just dicked him. So I'm looking forward to see what he does, with all the time he has now.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd vote for Bernie. I voted for him last time. I actually don't know if I'd vote for him this time.
See, and I can see that.
It's only because like. There's been so many things that happened since that day that I voted. Like, he cucked for Hillary, which was one thing. But I was willing to forgive that because it was like, okay, he doesn't want Trump. I get it, right? Everyone pull behind the, whatever. I still wrote his name in, but I mean...
Well, the conspiracy theorists say that he was paid off after they cucked her. Yeah. After they dicked him over, after they dicked him over, the conspiracy say he got paid off. Because he's not a wealthy politician, and all of a sudden, he had a lot of funding to go and buy.
Well, he probably also got a lot of like campaign donations.
That's true.
He doesn't seem like the type. Like the reason I was gonna vote for him is because he doesn't seem like the type that would get paid off. I mean, he's old as shit. He's like 1 foot in the grave already. You can tell.
Won't have
so like,
long.
yeah. So like, what good is paying him like $1 million gonna do if he's only got like 8 years at best to enjoy it?
I just think if anything. Like, one, we're going to have to see what what other candidates are going to have to offer us. I guess, throughout the year, we're probably going to have more talk about this.
No, we will. Yeah, there'll be plenty more talk about this. I just really didn't like what a pansy thing turned out to be. Like, that he gave away the microphone at that one speech of his. Apparently some campaign staffer was, like, doing something bad to women, and he apologized for it, which makes no sense. Oh, I think we lost one of our microphones somewhere along the way. All right, hang tight, everyone.
Okay.
But like,
anyway, I don't know if I'd vote for him again.
I can see that. I can definitely see that because it did show kind of like his colors when, like, how you react after losing your chance also tells on whether you're, you know, kind of fit to run the go. Mm-hmm. You know, and I get that. But we'll just have to see. Lo and behold, I hope, you know, he does come back with a fight and then kind of, because I do like quite a few of his policies that he has to offer. You know,
trying to free college.
Well, none of that. He's trying to make us like a lot. Just to touch on it, he's not trying to make us a completely socialist country.
He's a social democrat.
Exactly.
He's not a socialist. It's not democratic socialism. It's a social democracy.
Exactly.
There's a big difference there. He's not a. And even if he says that he's a socialist, he's not even like. If he says he's a socialist, he doesn't even realize he's not a socialist.
I think it's just so that he can relate to people easier, and so
people are stupid, they don't know the difference.
Exactly.
They're just willfully ignorant. They don't know the difference.
And so I mean, I like some of his policies, and I do agree with some of them to an extent.
Right. It's democracy with social programs.
Exactly.
It's completely different from socialism.
And you know, it's just, for the lack of a better term, the easiest way to put it. That's just what it is. Yeah. You know what I mean? But
unless the government owns the means of production, it's not socialism.
Like the fucking healthcare system.
Yeah. Oh my lord.
Damn it. You know, let's move on.
We're moving on.
Will's man, move on.
We're going to talk about our
I'm the one that's super mad about this because I have a pre-existing condition.
Oh, that is fair.
Same. Probably shouldn't have been so fat.
You know what, Will?
Says the fattest guy in the room.
Yes. Yes.
All right, we're moving.
I'm gonna find a way.
Next topic.
I'm gonna find a way to transfer this disease to you. I was just
leave it to him in your will.
You do that. I'm gonna find a way to transfer it to your sister.
No.
Just leave it to him in your will. They're legally bound to give it to him.
Diabetes.
Yeah. You just inject the diabetes in.
I jump off a cliff and leave it to his sister. Oh.
Sorry, but your brother brought this upon you.
All right, next topic. All right, so we got to talk about it. Jussie Smollet.
Yeah.
Now, is his name actually spelled Jussie? I keep seeing
it's Jesse.
I keep seeing it spelled with a U. He might be. Wouldn't be the first time.
Yep.
I keep seeing it spelled with a U on news sites.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if it's like, there's a bunch of typos out there or something.
No, it is Jussie, Jussie.
Yeah, okay.
Jussie Smollet.
So, Jussie Smollet.
Jesse lied a lot.
I thoroughly hate this nigga.
I'm not touching this one, man. I'm gonna let y'all talk about
I hate it.
I'm trying to give y'all as much Black History Month as you can.
It's ruined because of this jackass.
I know.
Like, look. Yeah. Shit. How do you orchestrate something like this and leave a physical fucking paper trail? He paid these assholes with a fucking check. All right, with a fucking check. The only fucking thing he could have done to tell them it was me was to leave fucking actual paper trails with arrows pointing to him with a confession. Like, fuck him.
He paid for their flight back to Nigeria. And
these people came from Nigeria?
Yes.
Weren't they white guys?
No, they were black people.
He said that they were white people
with
wearing
MAGA
hats.
Yeah.
That beat him up and
put a noose around his neck.
Noose around his neck.
And said he actually got people from Nigeria to come do it.
His trainer.
His personal trainer and his who was the other guy? I forgot it.
I don't know. Exactly. They snitched on him. That's all I care.
They snitched on him because they were dumb as hell and came back to the U.S. and got arrested because they had them on camera buying all the supplies that they
I heard
used
they got it from like a Home Depot or something.
They bought the supplies and they bought the makeup to put on the nigga face to make him look beat up.
I fucking hate him.
Wow.
Fucking hate. How do you fucking do that? Like as a black individual, just go around pretending that it's okay to get fucked up and cause this one, I'm offended by the fact that if another black individual actually suffers some form of hate crime, no one's gonna fucking believe him, or they're gonna. No, I'm not gonna say no one's gonna fucking believe him, but they're gonna approach it just like this. Yeah. Well, I mean, he had everyone looking at this.
You should be skeptical. you should be skeptical anyways. It's the same as any fucking crime. People are just not skeptical enough of accusations of crimes. But damn, man.
See, this should
That's
just
now people are just
this should fall under what we talked about.
Equally wrong. Yeah, you should also not believe it.
This is what should fall under what we said on our last podcast.
General jackass.
Yeah, we should adopt some of the.
Well, he's been for felony. Whatchamacallit?
I didn't even get to reference our last podcast because you're being a damn jackass.
Go. You getting 5 to life, real?
Yeah. Well, basically, where you get 5 years to life for just doing something that's being a jackass.
Yeah. If you didn't see it, go watch episode 2.
Yeah,
we discussed this.
But like, he is getting charged with something.
Yeah.
Which is possible 1 to 3 years in prison.
It's not 5. That's what I want. I want 5.
And he may have to pay for all the investigation costs. Mm-hmm. So the fact that this caught so much traction, right? So that people had to be the police were split so thin to search it that this could actually cost them a lot of money. Mm-hmm. But
because it was a high profile case, so there's people like breathing down their necks. Hey, why didn't you even figure this out yet?
Yeah.
You know.
Everyone's working around the clock and so on.
Yeah.
But that's another thing. So this is my thing. And this is why I say along the lines it hurts the case for other people. It's not that, people aren't going to believe or not believe something. Like you said, approach it with some form of skepticism. Mm-hmm. You're always supposed to do that,
Yeah, like it could have happened. It might not have happened.
Exactly. But the thing is, where I'm pointing at, is that the fear of reporting it. Because of the fact that even if I report this, I could get negative traction behind me because of the fact I reported it. So just the fear of reporting it.
Yeah, the last thing you need is more people, because there's fucking crazy people out there that will be like, why are you lying? You're just another lion.
Yeah, so on and so forth. And then, and that's exactly
sending death threats and shit. You're a faker or whatever.
And that's what'll happen now. And
people are going to send you shit regardless because it's the fucking internet, but it's just like, you just don't need that.
We're not fucking Chechnya. We don't go fucking up gay. Like, for fuck's sake. Like, and that's the bad thing about it. I fucking hate him for this. And he's given every single person that has any kind of smear campaign to run against the black or gay community the ammo to do so.
Oh, is he gay?
He is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
He's gay.
That's why he was saying it was a hate crime because they attacked him because he was gay, apparently, and black.
Yeah.
I mean, if you attack someone for being black, then that would be a hate crime. So that's why I didn't.
Well, you saying both of them.
So
yeah.
You're saying it was like a double hate crime?
Yeah, double hate crime. And the thing is like
it was just double fake.
The reason that they're coming up. The police are coming up for him for him to do it was the fact that he felt like he was not being paid enough on Empire and that the publicity would have gave him more leverage in his.
I heard about that.
Which is a dumbass excuse.
I heard about that.
Yeah,
it's not a fucking.
Fucking hate him.
Get a GoFundMe.
Like, I mean, fucking, like first he said people were like, oh, he was afraid they're gonna write him off. And then Empire was like, we were never planning on writing him off. And now it's this. It's like, I can't fucking believe any fucking thing he says because of the fact. And, I
don't even believe he's gay.
He may not be. He may not be. Is he married?
No, I don't know.
Oh, then you know what? This just made. I don't even think he's white. I mean, black. I don't think he's black. We revoke his black privileges.
Certain,
I thought he was a little bit too light. Well,
like fuck him. Actually, fuck him. Like,
no, don't say actually fuck him. He's actually no. Pineapples.
Let me correct myself. Fuck him.
Yeah.
And fuck what he stands for.
All right.
And actually, I hate this nigga. I hate him.
Did y'all see he's out for posting bond?
Yeah.
100 grand.
Yeah. And, man, look.
He made black people and gay black people all look bad.
He made us look out. Let me fucking
he to me the whole ordeal just sounds like because he fucked up so bad, it minimalizes anything that can be credibly brought forward in the future. And that is fucked.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Trump's already said something about it on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah. He already...
Of course he did.
Like...
I mean, what the fuck did I expect? But,
But it's crazy, man. And, and the people...
Trail of Tears.
Oh, the Pocahontas.
Trail of Tears.
And, I just can't... I don't want to get on Pocahontas. You're going to get me off this tirade. Because now I'm thinking about the Puerto Ricans. But... but no.
I will switch this subject.
No, wait. We'll come to this later. I figured we'd end off today. Not now, but I figured we'd end off because I saw a video of a bunch of offensive jokes today. So
yeah,
I'll be recounting some of those at the very end.
This is my... Glorious. I guess this is my last little rant about Jussie Smollet.
It ain't gonna be the last.
What's your summary of it?
We can talk about this as much as you want.
My summary is this:
fuck him.
Fuck him. Fuck everything he stands for, and he is less than a human being, in my opinion. Less than a human being. You don't like. It's bad enough that we talked on our podcast about evil people. We've talked about our podcast about supervillains and all this stuff. People have been sex trafficking, real fucking crimes.
Branding.
The branding of women. Even that girl that was raped in that club.
Yeah.
In the middle of the fucking club. All right, these people are actual victims of things that have happened. And these people have had cases. Things happen. This man has literally brought up a case and made something up. And he devalues everything that someone else has gone. This isn't just against the black community, against the gay community. When you bring up a false case in general, you devalue every victim of any crime committed because you make them seem like, oh, they're just a casualty of it's a casualty of war, collateral damage, just collateral damage. I don't think it's right. And I personally think he should get more than the 1 to 3 years.
I do too.
It makes a joke out of it too. Like, oh, you were victimized. Oh, whatever. Like it clearly seems like it's not that serious to him. He doesn't take actual hate crime seriously if he's just gonna make one up.
And that's the thing about it, because we sit here and we say we lost faith in humanity. We this and this and that and so on and so. So many people were backing him when he came out. When he came out, so many people, and you sit there and you like to believe that everyone's like, look, this is wrong. We need to do something about it. And people are banding together and so on and so forth. No one banded together to help that girl that was being raped. Not enough people banded together to help stop the sex trafficking. They fucking recorded it.
Yeah.
But this son of a bitch can sit here and make a whole fucking hate crime made up. All right, everyone decide, let's do something about it. And it was
just on his sack about it. Like, oh yeah, we're so sorry, man. Like, you're the greatest.
I don't think there's anything. The only thing I personally believe that he should be stripped of everything.
What kills me too is I have seen some of the actual tweets about this and people talking about this, and there's people saying shit like, I need for this to not be fake, which is they're saying okay, I want him to have been victimized or whatever, but then also they're just it's so clear that it's just ideology based. That's all they actually care about is the narrative, and they're like, I just hope this doesn't contradict the narrative that I've already constructed around this person.
And I agree with you on that too. This has done two things in my opinion. It's done a good thing and a bad thing. All right, the good thing is it's proven that people will take a story and fucking run with it. And they will run with it as hard as fucking can.
And he was trying to lie even after the two dudes snitched on him.
Yeah. And they ran with this story and they don't care, and they could care fucking less.
Yeah.
If this is true or not in the long run. And they will do everything they can, and they hope and pray that everything is just to fit, like you said, their narrative.
Yeah, that's all. That if they find something, some kind of occurrence that fits with the narrative that they want for the world, and they don't do a single bit of actual fact checking or research.
I don't mean even going on Snopes instead of facts.
Exactly, and I don't even mean going on Snopes, because Snopes is fucking dog shit now. Snopes is in the fucking toilet. But you at least fucking check things. There's a reason journalists, if you actually study journalism and are actually a journalist, there's a rule that you need at least 3 credible sources. And if you don't have 3 credible sources, you don't run the fucking story. And so lo and fucking behold, they just, I made a claim. This guy was beaten. Like, he said so, therefore it's true.
Apparently at 2:00 a.m. Chicago, right? Going to Subway.
And the thing is, you want to know the funny thing is, and this is from my barber, and I was talking to him about he lived over down there in the area where he got jumped, allegedly. And he said, there's no fucking way that you would have gotten jumped by 2 white guys in that area and not a single black person not have done something. That's one thing I'd like to believe is that one, it's Chicago. Right, yeah. There's
a war in Chirac.
There's a strong.
He made up a fake war as well.
Yeah, he just made up this fake battle, and that's the thing about it. Like, we try to sit here and we try to band for our cultures. Black community try to watch out for the black. They try the best they can, right? And I would like to believe, that if something like this happened, they would have been like, "Hey, whoa, get that nigga!"
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there's 2 of them. There's 15 of us.
Yeah, and also it's cold as fuck over there.
You're not gonna be white walking in the midst of Chicago with a fucking noose
or a MAGA hat.
For sure.
You think they're just gonna? Oh, I'm in stealth mode.
Somebody
no
may
one will
just
notice
roll
me.
up on them for no reason.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, how do you not just get your ass whooped on the way to whooping someone's ass? That's what's gonna happen. You don't even get there.
No, somebody probably saw. I'm black.
Yeah. I can't.
Oh, shit. And how many people in Chicago even own MAGA hats? That's what I want to know.
And
5?
Isn't it a blue state too?
It's a mad blue state. Illinois is like infinitely blue.
Yeah, that's what I mean, like,
Obama.
Like,
no, that was Indiana. No, he's
from
Illinois. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he's from fucking Illinois.
He was a representative somewhere at Chicago.
Yeah, he was a community man.
Yeah.
I need Kanye to make a diss track against this nigga.
It's
time to do it now.
Kanye, if you're listening,
please
make it happen.
I think this is the only thing that would make me feel right about this scenario.
Someone
is
at Kanye.
1 or 2 things happen.
Please tell me Kanye West is.
He's gonna say he's a big fan. Thanks, Kanye. Really cool.
Buy our merch when we have it. But the only thing I feel like that would make me feel better about this situation is 1 or 2 things happen. Option A, he goes to prison for a long fucking time. And when I mean long fucking time, till I'm tired of seeing
if he goes,
until he starts telling the truth again.
until I'm tired of seeing that nigga in prison.
if he goes to prison, he's not living. That man's gonna get killed.
Yeah. The black they are not
probably
playing.
Nazis too.
Well, he's probably gonna end up going to some Beverly Hill prison if he does go to prison.
Yeah, he's gonna go to some.
So I mean, but that's the reason why I say he needs to stand there until I'm tired of seeing him in prison. Or option 2, and 2 is a combination of things. Oh, he needs to be kicked off Empire,
which is probably going to happen.
He needs to have to pay for all the legal fees for the investigation and the legal fees that's going to have to happen against him. Yep. 3,
I'd say double that, because if he just pays that back, then it's like, okay, we broke even, but there's still all this time and money and effort
I agree.
initially spent when we could have been investigating other things.
I agree. So double
At
that.
least double that.
So that'd be the reparations for the department. 4.
Hey, don't say reparations unless it's going to black people.
Well, there's black people that work in the department.
It's Black History Month.
No, it's not. He's ended Black History Month. He is single-handedly. Black History Month stopped when they found out this nigga was lying.
Nope.
What's that shit Cardi B said? He single-handedly ruined Black History Month.
Like,
I don't know why we believe Cardi B when she can't speak on Black History.
I believe her before the lying nigga that told me he was a victim of a hate crime.
She ain't black.
A double hate crime.
She Hispanic. She ain't black.
Close enough.
But
we'll still drink with him.
Hey, so
I will.
So
but she ain't black.
So 3 is the
How you gonna drink with them? They don't have a holiday, Jojo.
That's fair. Unless she's Mexican.
Yeah, if she's Mexican, she get one holiday.
Or Catholic. or Catholic.
Look it up.
But and then lastly, I feel like the black community should be able to jump him back in the black community. He's no longer black. He has to be jumped back in, just like the Crips and the Bloods had to jump people in.
Man, I want to draft.
We need him jumped back in.
I'm going to go ahead and preempt you. We don't want him either.
Yeah.
He's not.
Send him to the Indians.
He doesn't lose his black card and become white.
We also don't want to see him jumped. Please don't do that.
Okay. No, don't.
Oh, don't make him a victim of a true hate crime. Fuck him.
Don't make him a victim of a hate crime that we're liable for.
It wouldn't be a hate crime if y'all were liable for it.
Look, I'm gonna tell you
We
guys
have a disclaimer.
Yeah.
At the episode, sir.
and I will say,
Make
I
your own
vocally say
choices.
this: you are in control of what you fucking do. I am not telling you to do this. I do not advocate for you guys to do this. If this so happens to happen to
I
him,
will laugh
I would
my
be
ass off.
so enthused to know that this son of a bitch got what came to him.
And we will be talking about you on the podcast.
We will. And
No,
I will clap for
no,
you,
no.
and I'll be like, hey, man, I don't appreciate what you're doing.
No.
That nigga's probably gonna get jumped.
No.
It was
So
like,
we're not going to talk about them?
Why?
I'm not saying we won't. I'm just
We
saying don't
100%
advertise
will.
that time.
You gotta advertise something, Clay. We ain't got no merch yet. We gotta do something.
Fuck that guy, man. I fucking hate him. I really fucking hate him. You guys don't understand how mad
He has to plead insanity.
this has actually made me. Being the fact that, like, you know, like, fuck him. Just fuck him. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, all right. We'll move
Fuck
on.
him.
We'll move on. All right. So I've got some offensive jokes.
Yeah.
If y'all got any you want to share,
Cool.
then that's all good. So there's some pretty offensive ones, but I figured we start off with a white joke first, just to kind of clear the air, kind of move past the Jussie Smollet. All right. So what do you?
Nah, you have to say 7 years of white jokes before you can say that.
What? Why 7 years?
700 years.
700. The fuck was 700 years?
Fuck you.
You so right, man. I'm sorry. I don't even know why
He's
I
just
asked.
up here asking for facts and stats.
So what do you call a white guy on the dance floor having a seizure?
Hold down.
No. What's the?
An improvement. All right.
That was sad.
All right.
What if he died?
Now,
What if he died?
Still an improvement.
all right. Now, how did you know? Princess Diana had dandruff? We found her head and shoulders in the glove compartment.
That's wild.
All right. So, the black woman has 5 kids. She named them Tyrone, and Tyrone. How does she tell them apart? She calls them by their last names.
I'm using that one.
I was gonna say that.
I was gonna say it too. I was just like,
I was gonna say she calls them by their dad's name.
Yeah. All right, so there's a black man, a white man, and a Mexican man on a cliff, and they each start throwing stuff off the cliff. So the black man throws out his Jordans and says, "We have too many in our country." The Mexican tosses out his lawnmower and says, "We have too many in our country." White man puts his item down, grabs the Mexican, throws him off the cliff, and says, "We have too many in our country."
That's wow. You know the bad thing about
and
this?
what is the Mexican's favorite sport? Cross country.
That's you know something that's just kind of brought me, like, Mexicans have fucking jokes too. There are racist jokes about Mexicans. I'm not hearing a racist joke about a Puerto Rican.
That's bad.
Or good.
What was the other? Okay, this is for everyone on the podcast, and because I think you guys have heard this before. But what's black and sits at the top of the stairs? Stephen Hawking after a house fire.
wow.
Not now because he's dead, but that joke used to work better. It used to work better. All right, and last one. Oh, and then I'll move on to y'all. So, so what's a word that starts with N, ends in R, and you never want to call a black person?
A nagger?
Neighbor.
Wow.
Is that why my neighbors look at me like that? Is that why my neighbors? If you guys don't know, I live in this, like, I luckily found a home.
You live in the good part of town.
Yeah, you live in a little posh neighborhood.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
next to a bunch of old retired white folk.
And one of them yelled at She yelled at that neighbor over there. Yelled at me one time.
Yeah,
I don't know if she's ever. I don't know if she's
the dog
ever.
was barking.
Her dog came out. It was one of those fucking yappy dogs. It just kept just barking over and over
What'd she yell at
again.
you
Wouldn't
for?
shut the hell up. The dog wouldn't shut up. So I was like, "Shut up!" And it kept barking. I was like, "Shut up!" And then I just heard this old lady go, "You shut up."
Yeah, I was outside when that happened. That was hilarious.
You don't tell people dogs to shut up.
It was the middle of the night, Time.
Yeah.
That's
I go
also
out there and
fair.
beat him with a stick. In the middle of the night.
If you
I won't
can
hurt him. I love dogs, but
I'd be
they won't
afraid.
shut up.
I'd be afraid my neighbors think I'm a drug dealer.
I keep
Yeah, because
shut
you
up
keep
with
walking up here with wads of cash, just handing me wads of cash.
The neighbors think I'm selling dope.
Motherfucker, I am.
They just looking at it.
Yeah. If they call 911 on me, I'm going to go and give them something to call 911. I'm whooping their ass. I'm going to go whoop their ass. I'll be taking out.
Yeah, ain't in fighting shape, but 2 90-year-olds shouldn't be hard.
How do you know what my fighting shape is, Jake?
just hide the walker. That's all you gotta do.
But like,
Sweep
it
the
out from
cane.
Sweep the cane.
Tell them their daughter's fucking a big black man. They'll get a heart attack.
I just look at him.
He just looks at, I am the danger.
Segregation in a long time ago. Well, I like I said, I luckily am like in this neighborhood, just old white people, man.
Mm-hmm.
And
calm.
they don't do shit. They don't say shit to me. I don't say shit to
The
them.
dog say shit though.
That dog stays talking shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's why I'm tempted sometimes to sick my dog over there.
Just fight it out.
Nah, Heidi would just start barking at her,
Uh-huh.
and she'd get quiet real quick. Heidi, get your ass in the house. But bad for
Anyone else got any other offensive jokes you want to add, or should we just go ahead and call it?
We should go ahead and call it.
No,
Oh,
go ahead,
yeah,
Jojo.
Nah,
you got one?
Jojo.
You got one? Listen,
Yeah, man.
I'll cut
I'm
it out
trying
if
to
it's bad.
cut.
I'll cut it out if it's bad.
All right.
Go ahead.
So there's $5 million in the middle of the floor.
In what?
$5 million.
Yeah, closer. Yeah.
Okay. There's $5 million in the middle of the floor, right?
Okay.
On one side, there's a superhero. On the other side, there's the smartest black man in the world. Who gets the money?
I'm just confused with
the
setup for the
superhero,
joke.
Superhero?
the police.
Nobody. They don't exist.
Oh, that reminds me of another one. Was the
smartest
how many
black
cops
man.
does it take to change a light bulb? None. They'll just arrest the light bulb for being broke and beat the room for being black.
I have one, but I am scared.
Do it.
If it's too bad,
We'll
I'll
end
cut
it.
it out.
Yeah.
All right. You know
We
what's
should
real?
just cut it out and just have the. If it's too bad, we'll cut it out and then just have the ending of the podcast.
So you know what the worst thing about Africa is?
What?
They don't have enough mosquito nets over there. The mosquitoes are dying of AIDS needlessly.
I've heard that one. That's really good. Jesus.
How you get a black man out of a tree?
Cut him
I
down.
assume you untie the
Cut
rope.
the rope. Yeah. Oh my god.
Unless you Jussie Smollet's case.
Ooh.
I fucking hate that nigga. I hate
Or that one.
You know, I can't even call him. I hate that cracker.
Good night, podcast.
I told you we're not taking him. He's not ours. I do not claim him.
What do you call the doodle hand?
Good
thing?
night, podcast.
He can be Puerto Rican, okay?
What's
He's
worse
Puerto
than a
Rican.
baby
Someone
nailed
needs
to
to
a
beat his
tree?
mom up.
That big another 10 trees.
Yeah.
Man, you know what? He's a Wawa now.
Oh, Wawa.
Yeah, in
Don't.
Wawa.
He's Native American.
Yeah.
I don't know if
How?
they'd be taking him
How,
either, man.
Jojo?
How?
How? How?
I don't know. Call him Big Liar or some shit like that.
Man who lies big crimes.
Come sit with us. Tell us more stories about the two white gentlemen that beat you up.
Ooh, these tales, they get to summertime. They're like, they'll tell, let me tell you the time they stole my land. Oh, I heard, word, man. You know, two white, they beat me up, put a noose around my neck.
Shut up.
Tell us more. Tales of trails. No, it don't matter. The white man hang. MAGA hat, you say?
Fuck Trump.
Oh, I actually do have one more update before we call it quits.
For sure.
This is 2004, man.
Look, I still say old shit.
So we talked about the Covenant Catholic again on the fucking podcast that got fucked up or whatever. The audio got fucked up. Apparently, that kid has sued like 60-something newspapers. All right, he sued the Washington Post for $250 million. Now, here's why that number is significant.
Shit.
Here's why that number is significant. $250 million is what Jeff Bezos paid to buy the Washington Post a couple years ago. So they sued them for the value of the entire paper. They're trying to put them out of business.
Please.
Please.
They're definitely going to settle.
They sued them.
100%.
Nah, I wouldn't even settle. Let's put
it to court.
Let's take it to a jury. Let's see how much they award me. There's no limit on the damages here. The damages, no limit.
That is punitive. Too.
Yeah.
Didn't this happen in... No, this happened in the U.S. I thought
this.
it
Yeah,
it happened in the U.S. Yeah, that's right.
So
I don't know why I thought this happened in Canada.
Nothing ever happens in Canada. Canada's not a real place.
Pitter patter.
Allegedly, their money is scratch and sniff. They're not a real country.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I'm not convinced it exists. I'm pretty sure Canada doesn't actually exist. Also, I've heard if you die there, you don't die in real life. So, just move to Canada.
Understandable.
But anyways, yeah, so he sued the Washington Post. He sued the New York Times. He sued like all the major newspapers that just ran with the story. And the reasoning for it is that in the video that because they found that video on that it was on a fake Twitter account, and it was cut like clips of it.
Yeah,
it was just a shortened version of the video. And the thing they were saying was that the full version of the video was available at the time that they were making all those reports and everything. So the fact that they just completely ignored anything to do, like they didn't actually do any of their due diligence. Yeah. So it was completely negligent because it was like within a few hours, people had already found like what actually happened.
Libel.
Yeah. So like if you're a public figure, then you have to prove malice for it to be slander and libel and all that. For a private individual, which a high school student most certainly is, you don't have to do that. You just have to prove gross negligence.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cut and dry. So they are fucked in the ass.
They're going to say...
I wouldn't be surprised if Trump wasn't backing him. Because he had the money and legal power to back them and drive... The fake news would go...
Oh, it'd be... I'll fucking show you fake news, goddamn. I am the news.
It'd be fake news because them niggas be out of business.
The only way we'll know that if it's Trump or not is if he wins and Trump starts tweeting.
Once he gets his second 4 year, he gets his second term.
I would love to see this Trump
second
tweet
term.
from like New York, the Washington Post. Hi guys, it's me, Donald Trump.
President of Washington.
We up in this bit.
Or if he doesn't win, I hope he gets the Washington Post just because he helped the kid and he smear campaigns the current president.
Oh, he's gonna fuck me up.
If Trump actually wins the next election, I want like everybody to make something, or Trump do is just get real close to the microphone. 2 terms, mic drop.
I hope that the kid gets the $250 million, and then they're gonna be hurting for money, right? So I hope he buys the paper,
and then sells
like
it back to
for
him?
like only a portion of what he got from them.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, I got the paper and $50 million.
I wouldn't give him that much.
Pretty.
Y'all need this bad, don't you?
He starts dangling. Come on, you want it, don't you?
Be quick with that.
Got it. Time to start doing the splits.
You can sit pretty on $50 million, man.
Hell
and then you
yeah.
got a paper.
Well, he's
You own the fucking
And
New
they're
York
gonna go out a bit like you can run that bitch into the ground at that point. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I don't give a
Start hiring
shit.
disabled
If you
people.
break even, who cares?
He said start hiring disabled people.
You'll probably be more accurate.
Just hire regular people instead of fucking activists.
I'd venture to say
Jesus.
I would definitely hire disabled people. I'd hire a blind man, a deaf man. And then that way, if I'm wrong about
He's the
something,
interviewer.
he did
He's
the best
over
he
there with
fucking could.
He ain't hear shit.
Just like,
The
He was there with the microphone, like, hey.
I would definitely hire a blind and deaf man. I'd just be up there. I don't care if he got it fucking wrong. I'd be like, he did the best he fucking could. You can't prove extreme negligence. He did the best he could.
Give him a gold star.
Just hide behind him.
Yeah.
But your employee Jim got all the words wrong. He can't fucking see.
He also has.
I'm sorry. It's blindness is an inconvenience for you.
I'll take you to
Look
court.
who's being an asshole.
You guys should feel like damn idiots for taking us seriously.
You seen our newsroom? Just a bunch of guys with canes. That's like, what? Where's the computer?
One kid's got Down syndrome.
Oh Lord!
I did this because I was fucking bored.
I want a dyslexic person. So they just type in everything. You got it, Jim?
Probably.
Yeah, Bob.
Probably. I don't know.
And I don't want a blind man to proofread it.
He's just sitting there, eyes like facing different directions. Looks good to me.
All while paying these niggas quarters.
Yeah.
You might as well pay them in like gum. Keep well.
I'll hire like a crippled person. He'll just be downstairs just staring at the stairs. I wish I could get back to my apartment.
You have a guy in the wheelchair actually running the things or whatever. Actually, you know what? I can't stand that. But it's
so bad.
Wheels, I need you in the copy room.
Wheels.
Professor Charles.
Go Speed Race.
I definitely would have to call someone Timmy.
Timmer. Oh my god.
I hate people, man. I hate us.
I just go to school.
I mainly hate the world because we're not as bad as the world.
Fair.
I'll just go to school.
At least we ain't Jussie.
Fucking right.
On that note. Alright, everyone.
Fuck
So
that
that's Alright, everyone. It's been a good night. Good luck. We'll see you on the next episode.